TV.
Welcome back to Forbes Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV. At the end of 20 minutes of play, it's the Spirit of the Rangers tied at 1. I am joined at ice level by the hosts of Hometown Hockey, Mr. Ron MacLean and Tara Slone down here. A pleasure to have you both down here. And Ron, I'll start with you. Looking at this game, what are you seeing from both of these teams out there? A pretty exciting first period.
Well, I enjoyed your interview a moment ago. So Damien's a really composed kid and a great leader, obviously, for Saginaw. And I just thought an excellent period. I did a little jot of notes so that you'd have something to go by. Thought Joey G, who of course took our ceremonial puck drop. Heart of a lion, you know, he's got the speed of a cheetah, really great. Jack Guy caught my eye, the kid from Hamilton, number 8. Jack York, Tara and I both know Jason really well. He's got his father's vision for the game, and that was impressive to see. Thought that Donovan Sabrango was really a courageous kid and smart and really good in his own end, so he's a 16-year-old. Really impressed me there. Obviously the Oakvillian, I live in Oakville, and Michael Vukovic, he's going to be tops in the draft. Tara will be handling the draft for Rogers, and that's great. Thought Greg Morales, really good period. Chase Campbell, you just got, loved one shift he had a great shot, and he had a great, he was just really dangling. And also I should mention 88, I thought his stick handling. Morales, just that was the things that stood out for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent out there. It's an exciting time. Now, I know that both of you had an opportunity to take part in the opening ceremonies, tapping the keg. I know you've had an opportunity to do it before, Ron. So, Tara, I'll talk to you. How was that experience for you downtown, tapping the keg itself, and just being around the atmosphere of KW Oktoberfest?
Well, it was a lot of fun. There was a dance troupe from Bavaria that scared the bejesus out of all of us with their crazy whipping. But the keg tap itself was a lot of fun. I'm a rookie, and I made a rookie mistake, so I was actually the one holding the spigot, and I left with it. So beer spilled everywhere. Apparently it was funny.
Well, we've seen footage of that before. I'm sure it's making the rounds. With Hometown Hockey being in Kitchener, I'll ask you both the same question. And Ron, I'll ask you, 25 great locations this year. Maybe pick one or two that you're looking forward to, and maybe one or two that you've been to in the past that have maybe been your favorite.
Well, in all sincerity, not just because we're here, Kitchener was right at the top of the list because we have the Enoch Cree Nation. I know both Tara and I feel really privileged to actually host a show on a First Nations sacred ground. But Kitchener, we came to Oktoberfest 3 years ago. As you mentioned, I mean, the Zambonis didn't put as much liquid down here in the first as Tara did earlier today, but to be part of the keg tap is great, and I know so many folks. Jay McKee's a dear friend of Tara's, and I know him through hockey, obviously, and I could go on about Donald S. Cherry played here, and Willie O'Ree got his start here with the Canucks, and Milt Schmidt is the guy who really showed Bobby Orr the ropes, and the thread of hockey, just the Waterloo chair, Ken Sealing, retiring after 33 years. His brothers, Rod and Rick, played 2,000 games, so it's a hockey town. Great start.
And Tara, what about you? Where are you looking forward to this year, and where maybe has stood out for you in the past for Hometown Hockey?
You know, this is stop number 98, so Kitchener was great before, and it's great now, so we are really excited to be here. And it's a nice partnership, right? The 50th anniversary of Oktoberfest and us. Like Ron said, Enoch Cree First Nation, it's a real honor for us to be hosted by them. We also, Ron and I spent some time out in Victoria, and we were on a naval frigate, the HMCS Vancouver, so we're actually doing a show from CFB Esquimalt in the new year. So that's kind of a neat one, and we're in Whistler. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. But I mean, honestly, I can pinpoint something wonderful about every single stop we've been on, and we're really lucky to do what we do.
Exciting times.
You know, Sean, the other thing I was going to say is Scott Stevens is going to be with us. You look at the banners up here and see the history of great defensemen. He's one of the most enjoyable people to talk hockey with, and Ben Finelli's story. My wife, Carrie, worked at the town of Oakville with his mom, Sue, so we went through that, right? The police officer here tonight were telling us how the folks were chanting, you know, arrest that guy. You know, it was a really emotional time, and to see Ben with the Waterloo Warriors coaching, Tara listened to Garrett Rank's podcast that he did, Heroic Minds with Ben Finelli, amazing.
When you mentioned Ben Finelli, Ron, I have to tell you, the night that Ben returned to the ice, and when he took the ice here, I maintain, is the greatest moment I've ever witnessed in this arena. So it was a wonderful, wonderful comeback story, and it's nice to see you featuring him this weekend on Hometown Hockey. Tara, I want to ask you, earlier this week you had an opportunity to be involved with KW Rogers Oktoberfest Women of the Year Awards, and I've heard multiple people tell me how moved they were by your words that night. Explain to me what it means for you to be a part of that event.
You know, I was pretty blown away. I think to not just have been asked to speak in any context, but in the context where all of these tremendous women from this community were being honored, 46 of them, it meant a lot to me. And to get the reception that I did was very humbling. So, you know, I'm a woman who speaks her mind, and that's all I did. And it was just great to be there, celebrating ourselves.
I'll leave you both on this note. Ron, I'll ask you specifically. Our video goal judge here is a man by the name of Lance Roberts. Do you know anything about this guy? What can you share about that name?
Oh, he's my hero. So he's Garrett Ranks' hero too, I would say. Obviously, Garrett's father, Rich, would be his true hero in refereeing, but Lance showed me the ropes out in Alberta Junior Hockey League. He's the only guy that can handle the Alberta games between Red Deer Rustlers, my hometown, and St. Albert. I loved his signals. When Garrett Rank signaled the goal for Patrick Kane in overtime last night in the game that I watched between Ottawa and Chicago, he was Lance Roberts all over again. Cool, hesitant, you know, so that he would get it right. Beautiful, really professional. So Lance taught me, I tried to emulate him in my 23-year refereeing career, and it's neat to be in Lance's town for sure.
Excellent. Well, Ron and Tara, thanks for taking the time here tonight. It's the most fun, personally, I've ever had with a ref and a rock star.
It's going to be a lot better than my first intermission tomorrow night. I can guarantee you that, Sean. Thank you.
Lots more to come here on Forbes Kitchener Rangers Hockey. Hometown hockey here all weekend in Kitchener. Head down and check it out. We'll be back with more right after this.